Hello everyone, how's it going? As you may or may not know, new snapshots have been coming out recently since now Mojang is now focused on doing drops instead of like full-on huge updates, which honestly I'm totally fine with.
As long as they keep putting out new content that will satisfy us.
We are on Snapshot 25W06A. I'm going to try to explain everything in detail as much as possible. As you can see, we have spawned in a swamp, and already we have a brand new item, which is the firefly bush. So a firefly bush, the places you find these are around swamps and near rivers. So if I try to find a river biome like right here, and of course, as you can see, there's also another new item, and then there's a third item. Okay, there's a lot to explain in this drop. So the firefly bush is where you will find fireflies, which is now only 1 pixel instead of the 2 that were previewed previously. And the way you can get these renewably is by just bone mealing it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so it's the same thing as bone mealing like a 2-block tall flower. You can get these renewably very easily. And these plants actually generate firefly particles, but the way they do that is based on how dark it is. So if I were to set the time to night, as you can see, particles will start to generate when we get closer to the firefly bushes. And the bushes actually make noise at night, which is cool. I'm really happy that they managed to bring fireflies back into the game, even though they were retracted from the wild update due to finding out fireflies are actually poisonous to frogs. So right here we have wildflowers, and right here we have leaf litter. Wildflowers can be found in one of 2 biomes, the birch forest, as you can see right over here. I believe if you bone meal in a birch forest, it should generate wildflowers, or maybe that's the meadow biome, which is the other place you can find these. Oh no, 1 did generate. Okay, so you can get them from bone mealing the ground. And the wildflowers is a flower very similar to the pink petals, where it can be put in groups of 4. Not only are these useful for decorational purposes, but they can also be used to craft yellow dye. And right here we have leaf litter, which is basically like autumn leaves on the ground, which make a sound when you walk through them. This is going to be really useful for creating seasonal features, but unlike the wildflowers, these can be placed on any block. Although not entirely sure how I feel about this, but it could have its uses. So if you want to know how you get these renewably, what you need is a furnace, any type of leaf block. If you put leaves in a furnace, that is how you get leaf litter renewably. And yeah, you will find these a lot naturally in forest biomes and such. Now, one crafting recipe change that has happened is very huge for survival players. Lodestones no longer need a netherite ingot in order to craft it. As you can see, instead of a netherite ingot like before, it requires an iron ingot now. Still 8 chiseled stone bricks, but those are easy to get. Just having lodestones be renewable is also really cool. Country Load Take Me Home advancement is now in the Adventure tab instead of the Nether tab. Now, there is another piece of vegetation that you can find in forests, and aha. Okay, I heard a lot of zombie noises out of nowhere, and yeah, there's a dungeon right here. But yeah, a new piece of vegetation. Bushes are now in the game. And if any of you guys have seen my forest temple video, you'll definitely know how I feel about bushes. Okay, but I do believe, yeah, they can be bone mealed and they spread. Okay. And also, as you can see, all leaves now generate particles. But now, the biggest change of all is animal temperature variance, as you can see right here. So the main focus about this update from what I've seen is basically animal temperature variance. So as you can see right here, this is a cold pig. And I will say these chickens are interesting with like the crested feathers and like the little tail that pokes out. Because if you look at a normal chicken, it doesn't have the tail. And over here we have like the cold variants of cows, which have like the horns. And the cow model has been updated slightly where the snout sticks out by a pixel. So then I see a savanna up ahead now. I wonder if there's like a desert connected to this, because the desert is where we're going to go next, because there have been some slight changes to it. And as you can see, this deserts have been overhauled, where there's now a type of grass that you will find in deserts and badlands. And if you listen closely, there is ambient sounds as well. Very cool, huh? So yeah, this right here is dry grass, which comes in a small and a tall variant. Now, in order to get this renewably, you just bone meal a tall grass and it spreads short grass, and you can bone meal the short grass to become the tall grass and spread it even more. Okay, you will need to use shears in order to be able to get that. And also, cacti have received an update where you can actually get a cactus flower. Okay, that sounds actually kind of cool. Now, I believe cactus flowers can be placed on any block surface. Okay, maybe not transparent blocks. But if I were to get, like, a fence post... Yeah. But not only that, there are also warm farm animal variants of the pig, chicken, and cow. So the warm pig has like this orange color to it, kind of matches like the color of the red sand. Chicken is like a very like yellow crested with like orange feathers. And the cow is like very reddish with like big horns. And the warm colored chickens lay brown eggs. Now, each of these eggs doesn't have like any unique properties of the normal egg. It just basically behaves the same, where if you throw a bunch, then warm chickens spawn. Same with the blue egg. These can also be used to craft cake, pumpkin pie. It's literally just the vanilla chicken egg, but a different color. So this is the next day, and a new snapshot just got released, which is 25W07A. And in this one, there's not any new items. So at this point, I'm assuming there won't be any new items, and going forward, it's just going to be bug fixes, then pre-releases, and then the full update coming out. And the main focus for this snapshot is actually sheep. So sheep have gotten a change where the color of the wool they have depends on what biome they spawn in. Because look at that over here. This is a naturally generated blue sheep. So I believe for cold biomes, the main color is black. And then uncommon colors are like the different shades of blue. I'll throw up an image of like all the information you need about that, because I'm not going to explain everything. And also, you know how cows have the snout extended in their model? Well, now it has been given to the mushroom. And is it me, or do the mushroom's eyes look different now? And there was also a change, which I believe is in the villager rebalance. I don't think it's in the main game yet, but I just want to check. Oh no, it is in the main game. Okay. So, wandering traders have had their trades changed. You can actually now sell them stuff, and they actually have more stuff that you can buy from them, which is pretty cool, plus some rebalancing of the trades. Like an emerald for 5 lily pads is really nice, since lily pads aren't really renewable outside of fishing. 5 emeralds for a potion of invisibility for 8 minutes. That's a very nice trade to have. They'll always have 2 trades where you can sell stuff for emeralds and 1 special trade, and then the rest is like common stuff. Being able to sell stuff to wandering traders is really nice, because like if you find a wandering trader like early game, you're not really gonna have emeralds to buy any of this stuff. I'm pretty sure early game you wouldn't want to sell buckets because buckets are actually pretty useful, but that's not the only villager that has received change in this snapshot. So a villager profession has gotten some change, which is the cartographer. All right, so I'm going to sell with him for a bit to see if it actually is in the vanilla game. Okay, it is in the vanilla game. Cartographers have gotten a change where, depending on what biome you find them in, they will give maps that can lead you to certain biomes if you can't find them. So I believe the journeyman trade will always be either an ocean explore map or a trial chamber map. I do believe that the woodland explore map is the master trade now. Yeah, it is. So if you're trying to get a woodland explore map, it's now always going to be the master trade. And a woodland explore map is 100% guarantee, guys. But if you're curious as to what all the trades are for like the biome specific villagers, I'll have a screenshot up for you. My opinions about this cartographer change, I think is going to be a bit confusing at first, especially for me. But I honestly think that it can be helpful in some ways, especially something like a jungle explore map. Maps that can lead you to specific biomes. Like, I'm sure the icon there isn't gonna lead me to a jungle temple. Like, I can try it. Alright, here we go. We have found the jungle biome, but I am gonna keep going to see if that icon is actually where a jungle temple is gonna be at. Aha, and it actually does. Okay, so the icon actually does lead to a jungle temple. Maps like this can be really useful if you're trying to find certain armor templates that you don't actually have yet. One biome that I can never seem to find is like desert and badlands biomes. So like having a map that can lead you to a desert temple is gonna be so huge. So far, that is all I really have to say about this update. Let me know what you guys think about this update so far in the comments, and what your general opinions are for this update. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and have a great day.